From Los Angeles, my friend Brett Paesel.
The crumpled flyer that sticks out of my 6-year-old's folder is yellow, and I pull it out, prepared to toss it as I do most of Murphy's neon epistles from school. It's invariably they ask for money or time, and I don't have much of either. It's been a crappy year. My husband and I are declaring bankruptcy, and work has been scarce to non-existent for both of us. From day to day, I enjoy my family and friends, but whenever I look at the big picture, I feel powerless, terrified, and regretful. Why did I choose to be a writer? Why didn't I choose a career in some essential field like childcare, waste management, or cosmetic surgery? The banner from Murphy's flyer catches my eye, however. Career Day, volunteers needed. My first reaction is that this is some kind of cosmic joke directly aimed at me, but then I think, maybe not. Maybe I'm being offered an opportunity to reconnect with what I love about writing. Maybe what's been missing besides actual money is my passion and commitment. I'm tired of being afraid, tired of saying no to neon flyers, tired of feeling like all my life choices belong in the don't column of just about any situational analysis. By the time a parent volunteer calls to schedule me for Career Day, I am pumped. I tell her that I really want this gig. My goal is to let children know that a career in the arts is viable. Artists can make a modest living. We're important. We are the nation's dreamers. We are the makers of things. Our art is what links the corporal to the spiritual. It's what saves us from leading lives of quiet desperation. You realize you'll be talking to kindergartners. Of course, I say, I'll dumb it down a bit, take out the part about quiet desperation. I hear her shuffling some papers. I could pair you up with a psychologist. Things aren't that bad, I joke. She doesn't react. Apparently, she's all business. I adjust and say enthusiastically, a psychologist would be great. We could do a brief lecture on the origin of man's need to tell stories about the nature of his own existence. She pauses, maybe we'll put you with a court stenographer. Finally, she decides to leave the pairing until later when she has more takers, but one thing is clear, I got the job. I tell Murphy that I'm going to talk to his class about being a writer. He's thrilled and does a celebratory dance, which includes a leap off of the couch and a robot move that has significance only to him. Murphy is an ebullient kid who declares his passion for almost everything with the zeal of a true believer. It's common for him to announce at breakfast, for example, I love French toast more than anything. I could have French toast every day for the rest of my life. Or rubber bands are the best thing invented because they do hundreds of jobs and can be used over and over again. Like all zealots, however, he's only a breath away from total despondency. One can run out of syrup. Rubber bands can break. In these moments, when life lets him down, when his faith is tested, his despair is oceanic. He collapses into heaving sobs, balls his fists, doubles over, and keens, why? On Career Day, I can bring one of my articles that shows pictures of you, I tell Murphy. A few of my parenting articles have featured pictures of my family. This is going to be great, he crows. It's going to be the best day ever. The week leading up to Career Day is frenetic. I flag magazine articles I've written. I unearthed a newspaper op-ed about Halloween. I outline a brief introduction of what I consider to be strong writing elements. Steer clear of adverbs, make sure that the conflict is clear, be able to state your theme if you don't even write it, that kind of thing. Remember to keep it simple, my husband warns as I work on poster-sized draft with a story arc. There's 6. That's why I'm doing this graph, you see, it's visual. I gaze at the poster and think I'm going to blow that court stenographer right off the though Murphy declares every other day to be the best in his life, I think that this one just might be. I need a perfect closer, I say to Pat. I could hand each of them a tiny book that they could write their own stories in. What would I need? Construction paper, a stapler? How many little books are we talking about, he says. It's all kindergarten, so I'm roughly 60. Brett, you don't need to hand out little books. I want Murphy to be proud of me. He sighs. He's already proud of you. As soon as you walk in the room, he'll be proud of you. I was envisioning a stage, I say. Whatever. But I do have to try hard because this is how I'm going to get my power back. Career Day will be the celebration of the path I have chosen. It will remind me of all the things I've done right in my life, and on top of it, I will rock my son's world. On the morning of the big day, I asked Murphy if he would like me to dress like casual mommy or beautiful mommy. He chooses beautiful. After sending both sons off on the bus, I returned home to apply makeup and perfume. I pulled the look together with sparkly earrings, spiked heels, and a flowing silk sweater. Pat takes my outfit and says, accepting an award? Murphy wanted beautiful mommy, I say, and this means cocktail attire? The night before, Pat pulled an intervention, threatening not to drive me to school if I stayed up all night making 60 mini books. So all I have to carry is the story art board, my stack of magazines, which shows my outfit off better anyway. As we're leaving, I remembered that I once wrote some internet content for Alvin and the Chipmunks movie. I dash over to the printer and quickly print it out. In the car, I visualized walking onto the stage and seeing Murphy's face up in the crowd. I look down at the stack of magazines on my lap and make sure that the Post-it notes are still visible. Pat talks to me about something he heard on the news. Normally I would be interested, but I need to focus. If I get involved in a conversation, it can throw off my game. So I'm unaware of a turn that we've made into a gas station until Pat comes to a complete stop. Something's smoking, he says. I look out the windshield and see the steam is indeed emanating from the hood of our dusty old beater of a car. Pat jumps out, pops open the hood, and a plume of steam escapes. I take a slow breath and I'm surprised to find myself fairly calm. I am not anticipating the worst nor imagining the best. I simply breathe and wait as Pat swats fumes until he can get a closer look. Look at me, I think, a calm woman, dressed for the red carpet, sitting in a smoking clunker while her sweaty husband looks under the hood, and remarkably calm. The driver door opens and Pat flops in the seat. I don't think I can get her to go, he says. She's not going to go, I repeat insensibly. Don't think so. Okay, I say, that's it. No career day. I open my door, teetering slightly on my heels. When I get my balance, I walk over to the chain link fence, squat down, and let out a howl. No! No! Tears surface and stream down my cheeks. I place my palms on the gravel and lower myself to my knees. Pitch on all fours now. Why? I can't take it anymore, I yelled to the ground. All I wanted was career day. Hey! One fucking day when everything will be perfect, that's all I want. Sit stiffly in the driver's seat. Is that too much to ask? To have one day go perfectly, to look good to my son, to have one day go right when every other fucking thing Pat looks at me and says softly, no, it's not too much, baby. Damn right, I scream. Gets out of the driver's seat and checks under the hood again. I grab onto the fence and start kicking it with the pointy toes of my shoes. My toe gets caught. I have to wrest it from the wire mesh. I can't even kick a fucking fence. I know, Pat says from under the hood. What is it, Pat? What is it? Do I expect too much? Am I a terrible person? Why does everything go wrong? I got a script deal this year. A small one, a teeny-weeny one that they wouldn't even offer an insect. I wouldn't say that. I would, I yell. The fight is almost out of me, but I've started to enjoy this. And I can see why Murphy lets loose like this. I never scream, and it feels good, really good. I feel Italian. Pat emerges from under the hood. Okay, I have a plan. A taxi? Are you kidding? It'll cost $50. No, hear me out. I think it's a leak in the water pump. I could be wrong, but I can fill it up with water, and if it leaks slow enough, we might get there. If we break down, we call AAA and have them tow us to the school. All right, I jump into the car and it sputters its way all the way there. Parents with name tags mill in the auditorium when I arrive. I haven't had time to check the mirror. Am I tear-stained, blotchy? Has my hair separated into matted clumps? The mirror in the car is foggy and I can't depend on Pat to give an accurate assessment. The fact that he thinks I always look good is both delightful and maddening. In the past, he has failed to inform me about exposed bra straps, criminal panty lines, and a patch of gray hair on the back of my head that I didn't manage to reach with Clairol number 6N. He smiles approvingly as I leave him at the door, but it's entirely possible that I look like Mickey Rourke. I wobble forward on my heels and no one looks startled. Either I look fine or the bar is very low. Welcome, welcome, says the principal, a woman of indeterminate age and gender identification. Parents take their seats and she talks them through room assignments and pairings. Apparently my court stenographer is in absentia and I'm given my room assignment as yet no partner. No worries, I think. All the more time with the kids to go over plot structure. I am the first to arrive at my assigned classroom. I place my magazines on the table, prop up my story arc chart, and run my fingers through my hair. I look at the rows of desks and chairs and imagine myself lighting youthful imaginations on fire. I imagine Murphy beaming at me from the front row. I see him turning to the rest of the class and announcing, "Yep, that's my mom, the writer." The door opens and a man pokes his head in. He has a shaved head and a tattoo covering half of his face. "Is this kindergarten room 5, he asks. "Yes," I say. He nods, pulls open the door, and steps into the classroom. He's wearing a complete martial art costume, the white outfit with the black belt, and he's carrying a samurai sword. "Are you the writer?" he asks. Holy fuck. This is my partner? What little kid is going to want to sit through my lecture on story arcs after listening to a real-life ninja dude with a facial tattoo and a fucking ninja sword? He holds up the ninja sword. "Don't worry, it's not real," he tells me. "It's cool," I say. So I guess there isn't a chance he'd accidentally stab himself with the sword before the kids arrive. "Name's Hector," he said. "I'm Brett. Are you a dad?" I asked. "Nah. You want to go first or shall I?" "Oh, I'll go first, no problem," I quickly offer. "At least I won't have to follow the coolest ninja dude on the entire fucking planet." To me, "That's my mom," he says to the entire classroom. Several eager faces look toward me, then return to Hector and his sword. But Murphy stays focused on me. The teacher settles the kids and introduces me as Murphy's mom and a writer. The kids wiggle around and Murphy shushes them. I look at my story arc chart and a stack of magazines. I look back at Murphy. I mentally review the bullet points of my opening speech. Murphy's smile is eager. Forget the speech, I think. Forget what I want. What does Murphy want? I reach into my backpack and pull out the matted pages I had yanked from the home printer a little over an hour ago. I'd like to share an interview I did with Alvin the Chipmunk A hand shoots up in the front row. You know Alvin? Not exactly, I say. I am Alvin. The class murmurs approval and interest. Murphy flashes an even wider grin. I know that everyone else in the room will quickly forget my presentation when Hector wields his mighty ninja sword, but Murphy will remember, and I will remember. And at that moment, I feel all my losses and failures dissolve with the benediction of his smile.
Oh.